Takes about 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Right, so now we're live on YouTube, and I'm going to make that quiet, but I'm also going to share the link back over here into the chat before I start the main recording. So it's recording now, and if any of you want to share this show to your friends or fans or whatever, the link is now in the chat. Now in the chat. So, but we're going to start the show now. I'm just going to hit record. I never said hi YouTube, bye YouTube. This is the recording that matters. 1, 2, 3. Hi, and welcome to the 1010 podcast, the diverse edition. This is episode 41. Tonight we're going to feature 10 tracks from 10 artists around the world, as usual. Coming up first from England, lovely England, we've got Jenny Bray. Jenny, could you introduce yourself? Who is Jenny Bray, and why did you write the song All I Need? Can you tell us that, please?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm a singer-songwriter. I play keys and play with a band also, which is really amazing and wonderful. In the band, I have a guitarist and saxophone and drums and percussion and bass, which is awesome. I'm currently touring around the UK, gigging, and I'm going to be in the US in July and August. When I'm not gigging, I'm teaching. I'm a piano teacher, freelance, which I absolutely love doing. I wrote this song when I was living in Lambertville, New Jersey. And I was really fortunate to have two amazing friends. One guy, Matt Cohut, who was a bass player and also a poet and a politician. And the other, Eric Hammer, who was also a poet, or is also a poet. And I was jamming around with Matt playing on the bass, and he came up with this wonderful bass line, and I said, "Oh, we have to use this in a song." And so I'd been handed a poem by Eric. The poem is here, and the poem was called "Listen," so I started just taking lyrics from some of his poems and came up with the song "All I Need."
Well, when I was trying to pick the song to play for you yesterday, I couldn't decide because they're all wonderful. Jenny Bray, sit back and enjoy this wonderful track, ladies and gentlemen. And then we'll all get a little compliment in a minute. All I Need by Jenny Bray. Enjoy. One love. One love. Oh, what happened here?
Between our thoughts
Absolutely wonderful, Jenny.
Oh, thank you so much. Been,
As my mum and dad like to say in Scotland, absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. Did you hear that before? Oh, I say wonderful, wonderful. I want to hear what my red beard and green beard have got to say first. Mark and then Steve, and we'll grind everyone.
Yeah, hi Jenny. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Right. So you said the song was built around the bass line, right? Which I can hear. And I love the percussion, the way all the little instruments come in and just get that rhythm going, and they just support your vocals. And your vocals are smooth. They're really nice. It's a great song. And reminded me a little bit of Sade, a little bit, it's Sade.
Yeah.
Really cool song, Jenny. I really enjoyed that. That was really good. I subscribed to your channel. So cool.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Good gig as well.
I'm sorry I can't stay and listen to the whole show, but what I'll do is I'll listen to it we can listen back to it, can't we?
I will actually pass you an article tomorrow. It'll have every section of every reviews in it. So
yeah, awesome. That's so kind. So
don't leave until you get the rest of your reviews. You've still got another 7.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere right now. I've still got a little bit of time. So
no worries. So let's go Steve Andrews and then Jeremy and Christine over in Australia. Steve, what's your thoughts here about it?
Jenny, I thought that was just a really great song. I like your vocals, I like the beat, and the construction. It all just worked really well, and it was like it's a kind of song that I could hear like on the radio. It had that kind of pop feel to it, and the thing that Mark said, I agree. That was just a really good song.
Well, thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
I think I should dye my hair, like one side blue, the other side red.
Hey, no. We have a girl with blue hair. We've got a red beard. You'll need to go yellow or purple or something. We don't know. You can't take blue. Blue's already taken with Beastry. She wears blue hair, blue everything. Isn't she, Steve? Steve's saying that.
But I think Jenny is talking about having the 2 colours. So,
Right.
Shall I match with both guys? See?
All right, I feel you. Like, red, green. Do you know something? This show wouldn't be the same if it wasn't for Mark and Steve,
Yeah.
Who would want to come on to a show just to listen to some Scottish person you can't understand, You need to have some proper English-speaking people here, So, Steve and Mark, right? I'm a bit happy today. Jeremy and Christine over in Melbourne, Australia, what was your thoughts there? And check the backdrop out, troops. Jeremy and Christine, what's your thoughts on the lovely Jenny Bray?
Hi there, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, that was and I must agree that it's got that Sade sort of flavour. But yeah, song, nice melody, very good.
Yeah, hi Jenny, nice to meet you.
Yeah, such a long way away. It's awesome to see you guys.
Aussie. Do you know something, Jeremy and Christine? Any other racy people in the world that were up at 4 o'clock in the morning, they would be like this. You guys look beautiful and fresh and handsome and everything. How'd you do it?
Not really fresh. Not really fresh. But no, Jenny, really enjoyed that song. It was nice and cruisy, a nice groove, nice feel.
Thank you. Oh, I'm really glad. Yes, it's fun, isn't it? I think it's a fun song. It's just light, and I think we all need a bit of that right now, don't we?
Oh, and it's good to see you out gigging, getting back.
Yeah.
Again, isn't it?
Yes, it's good. I love it.
I'll just let you know at the moment, Steve and Mark and Jeremy and Christine are all members. Charlie, Munn, Paul, Gabrielle and Jenny, use are new faces to the show, So if you like this, make it your home. Come on a show every single month. Can I just say, starting on May the 1st, every single genre, this is called the Diverse Show, where you'll have a rapper, you'll have a country song next.
Yeah.
I've got a new book, right? It's called Projects, right? And I've spent 17 hours yesterday, I spent, right? Booking out with my co-host. I've got 37 different co-hosts now for 1010 Rock, 1010 Pop, 1010 EDM, every genre you can think of, and I'm doing a show every single day in May. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a full month of every day, and then I'm going to take a month off. Not off, just off from podcasting to do the other things that I need to do in this life. But just to let you know, I'm trying to make you join the family, you know. Welcome to the family, welcome to the show, Samsung SM. If you can let us know what artists you are there, brother. Let's go to Paul, then Charlie, then Gabrielle, then Moon. Paul Gantley in Ireland, what was your thoughts on that wonderful track there, dude?
Yeah, very good. Very good. Great vocal. Great vocal.
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing vocal. Amazing vocal. I love the rhythm was kind of, to me, there was a little bit of Alanis Morissette in there. Or no, not Little Crow. Every day is a winding road. It was that kind of feel to it as well.
Yeah.
As the Shiny. Yeah, which was brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well said, Paul. Just before we go, Charlie, Samsung SM, are you from the Reverend Cavaliers?
No.
That's Samsung SM. That's, I don't know what to call you, but your name's called, the guy with the grey jumper on, the person who just come into the room there. Could you ID yourself?
Show yourself.
Me?
Yeah, you, brother. Yeah.
Tommy,
yeah.
it's Tommy, let's go.
Sorry, it's not a grey jumper. I've just been to the gym. Sorry, I'm all sweaty.
My
My name's Tommy.
It's very nice. I like it.
That handsome figure in the car. Are you from the Reverend
Thank you.
Cavaliers? Are you from the Reverend
No,
Cavaliers?
he's with us. He's with us.
I'm with
Never
Never
Stay
Stay Down.
He's
What's
one of
your
the
first name?
boys.
What's your name? Just put it there. First name?
My name's Tommy. T-O-M-Y,
Reginald
Tommy.
Funk.
No worries, man. Nice one, dude. So let's go Charlie, then Gabrielle, then Moon. What was your thoughts here, Charlie?
Yeah, it's like I say, really nice bass. It reminded me of the band Shack Attack, like the old jazz band from the 80s. Really nice. Yeah, it flowed really smoothly. Like I was on a plane flying somewhere exotic and chilling out by the beach. Really cool. Yeah, really cool.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. It's lovely to have all this positive feedback as I'm going to a gig. I feel all happy now.
You'll rock it, man. You'll have a great one.
Do you know, whenever there's a new person on the show and they don't know what they're coming in for, when people start to give them the reviews, I sit and look at their mouth and they start to smile, and it makes me happy. Because
Just make you happy.
honestly, you're only happy too. Let's go Gabrielle Moore in Las Vegas, then Moon in England. Gabrielle, what's your thoughts here, darling? Gabriella, sorry.
Oh, you're okay. Hi, Jenny, by the way. I'm Gabby. I thought that song was amazing. It did have a Sade vibe, but it did also have a great marriage between the lyrics and the bass line. I thought that was very well executed as well. The harmonies also were very good. I loved the harmonies that you did on the split in at the end of the sentences, right before you would go into you end a verse and go into your choruses. Those were marvelous. I really loved those. So great job on those harmonies. I'm a big fan of harmonies myself. So
I love
thirds, those seconds. I heard them. They're awesome.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah. It's lovely lovely to meet you tonight. Now I hope I'll see you all again at some point.
Jenny, you know,
I hope so too.
Jenny and I only spoke yesterday, and I says the last show in this month is tomorrow. I've got a gig. We'll come in and open the show. We knew she had to leave early, but I bet you don't want to leave. I bet you'd love to sit in here. What's Redbeard's song? Why did the reason to write that?
I can't wait for the Redbeard. The Redbeard. I have to hear his song. So I have to go because I have a sound check. So
well, you've still got two more compliments first. Moon in England, what was your thoughts here? Moon, quickly,
Hi, Jenny. Lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I second everyone who said Sade. First thing I thought when I heard that was Sade. Very Sade. It's very like it's a very, very Sade song, very that nostalgic feel to it. Yeah, really good. I love it. Great bass line, really good.
Thank you.
2 thumbs up.
You're very kind. 2 thumbs up. Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Very welcome, Jenny.
Thanks.
Well said. Tommy, I don't know if you heard any of the track when you came in. You might have heard the last few seconds of it. Did you hear any of it? You didn't?
No, sorry, I didn't hear a thing. I'm afraid to say. I feel bad now. I feel like I've missed out because I've heard all the reviews, but I didn't hear the track.
So you have an article hand delivered to you tomorrow for that. So no worries, Tommy.
Okay.
So Jenny, thanks for being a wonderful guest here. Have a wonderful
Thank you to you all. Thank you so much.
Jenny, great. Until the next time.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Cheers, dear.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
So tonight's going to be a shorter show. There's only 7 guests tonight. So as quick as if anyone else tries to come in, I'm actually a bit of a rush. So we're just going to stick to the 7 who showed up. But unfortunately, half of the team are in the next song. So if all 3 of you go, you're going to waste the show, right? So if any of you can hang around after your song, hang around and play your part. Usually only one person from a band comes, so it's great to see 3 of you here. It really is. So I'll mute everyone, I'll unmute you guys, and then I'm going to, whoever's the spokesman, answer the question that comes up here, you know. So I just muted you, Tommy. So coming up next from the UK, England, we've got Never Stay Down. We've got the 3 members of the band here, Charlie, Moon and Tommy. Whoever is the talker, who are Never Stay Down? What type of music do you do? And why did you write the song Don't Look Now? Yeah?
Yeah, so, I mean, whether I'm designated talker or not, I'm going to talk regardless.
I'd say so.
We had real good fun. Like, there was no real reason for it other than there was just too many people looking at the wrong time. And we just thought, whilst we were putting things together, that people are looking then, people are looking now, people are looking later. And we just needed to come together to find out a time when it was best to really look. And we figured out it's never is to look. So don't look now.
Don't look now, right? Tommy and Moon will speak to you after the show. Sit back and just enjoy this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't look now. Don't look now by Never Stay Down. That's quite hard to do that, by the way. And what a great track.
One chance.
What a belter track, eh? I just hurt my hands, the clap so much. Brilliant, lads, honestly. And you know, I was meant to bring you on a show the last 2 weeks, and due to the fact I've been building what I mentioned 5 minutes ago, a show on every single day with 10 artists in each genre starting in May. That's the reason why I had to put up a couple of shows, because my head's exploding. I never said, I'm not doing the show so that I can chill out. No, I'm not doing the show so I can do all this other shit. You know what I mean? But what a wonderful band. I want to start off with Redbeard, Greenbeard again. Mark, story, what's your thoughts here, man? I know you're loving it.
Right, first things first, video is really eye-catching. Just straight away you're drawn in by the video, the black and white. I love that anyway. Song's awesome. I love the way the verses are quite ambient and the chorus sort of kicks in. It's great performance, great song. Overall, great sound. Really impressed. Really, really good. Want to check out some more of your stuff, definitely. What are your influences, just out of curiosity?
Well, they were originally a lot of 80s nostalgia. Like I grew up on things like New Order, Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
And then we've got a drummer who's into harder stuff. He's a big Led Zeppelin fan. I'm sure he can speak. He's here, Charlie.
Yeah, yes. I mean, yeah, the idea is sort of an 80s feel. But as the songs have gone on and we've released more, which you can find on Spotify, by the way, Never Stay Down. They've just progressed throughout time. But yeah, we're having a lot of fun with it. It's
I was going to say that, yeah, that's why I asked you, because it did sort of strike me as being a very 80s kind of sound. But that's great. You know, that's really, really good. And you guys look like you'll get on really well. So yeah, more power to you guys. Really good, really good.
Thanks, dude. Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Well said. Can you guys see me? Because my screen on my laptop has went pure black and I can't see anything. Can you still see me?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
mate.
can
Yeah.
see, yeah. Did the video stream for everyone? For me, it was like just still pictures moving through.
See, the thing
Yeah,
is,
see the video smoothly.
See, the thing is, right, it doesn't matter what you guys see, it's as long as the recording, but just clear my end,
Yeah.
it's recorded well. It's not about who sees it the now, this is a bonus who you meet the now. We plan to share these articles every month and never let your songs go old. That's the motto here. But Steve Andrews, then studio, keep me right, because I need to press the reset button on my laptop, so I might be away for a minute. I don't know why my screen is pure black, I can't see anything. So Steve Andrews in studio, and then the rest of you say something if I'm not back, because I have to press the reset button on my laptop here. So, Mr. Greenbeard, what's your thoughts here?
I thought the song was just amazing. I was basically knocked out by it, but everything. The video was great. You all looked great. The whole, everything about the song was just sorted, really well. It sounded like professional and really, I mean, I could see that song being played on a big stage somewhere at some festival. I don't know whether you guys have played any festivals, but maybe you have, maybe you haven't.
That's the plan.
With that song,
pipeline.
We're quite new at the moment.
Because that song is perfect for a festival, on a big stage with a big audience there. It's that good. I was really impressed.
God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, and by the way, Charlie, I got my shirt on.
I can see it, man. Absolute respect. So good. So good.
Lovely.
Let's go. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Don't know if anyone noticed in there, but I've actually grown quite a lot of hair since that was filmed. One of the unfortunate things about that video is that I'm not actually in it. So you said that we all looked really good in the video, and it made me chuckle a little bit.
Well,
yeah, you went through a bit of a change.
The band looked good to me, I wasn't actually concentrating on everybody's faces, and I was just like, overall thing. I go with an overall thing. I go with the overall sound, the overall look, the overall feel, all of those things. And you had it for all of them. You had a great overall sound, great overall look, great overall production. Everything was there, and
imagine how good it's going to be with me actually in them now. So just
blown
leveling up all the time, all the time. Keep it going.
Just to let you know, the guy that produced that, he's also produced Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin.
Oh, wow.
I can easily believe it, because that's why it had a professional sound. So
Hey, Robert Plant's cousin James Plant is sniffing about me. He wants to be in the family, but he actually spams me quite a lot, so I ignore him. But obviously, it isn't Robert's Plant. It's James Plant, and I know this is getting recorded, so I hope he doesn't hear it, or I'll get done in. But yeah, I had to reset the laptop there. So where did we get to? Who was next? Steve, and then Studio. Who was next?
The recorders.
Who was doing who's yet to leave a comment? Because please do. I didn't see the order there. I lost it because I had to cut off.
Just me and Steve so far.
Just you and Steve right now. That's us back, right? Studio, what was your thoughts there on that wonderful track from Never Stay Down?
Yeah, that's a great pop track, and like everyone said, you guys look really, really good, and nice song. Well done.
Yeah, and
Thanks,
a lot happening in that video. Trying to say, trying to pick your faces out, as you're going through. That was really cool. But no, good sound, cute, nice little guitar fills coming in there, and I thought it grooved along. It was great.
Thanks.
Well said, well said. So let's go, Gabriella, and then Paul, because half of the podcast is Never Stay Down. So Gabriella, then Paul. What's your thoughts there?
Hi, you guys. I love the video. The video was giving me, so this is going to be very contrasty. The video was giving me Jane's Addiction mixed with Depeche Mode.
Sweet.
One of my favorite bands. And then your guys' sound was very U2. It was very U2. Not to compare you guys to these bands very much, but you guys definitely have your own sound, your own presence to the stage as well. I loved it. I love the dangling earring. I love the song. You guys did a great job. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well said, yeah. Mr. Paul Gantley, my new brother from another mother. What's your thoughts there, dude?
How's it going? Brilliant. It's a hit. That's the long and short of it. It's a hit.
Can I say it in Irish? It's the top of the morning song. It's absolutely brilliant. It's the best fucking song I've heard in 5 or 10.
Sorry? I'm
trying to talk Irish, bro, but I'm not any good at it. I was trying to speak in an Irish accent, but I mean, I made a pig zero of it. You know what I mean? The Celtic connection, Scottish, Cornish, Irish, we're the best people in the world. Nobody could overtake us. The Roman Empire tried to overtake us. Took over the world. They got to the bit with Scotland saying, nah, leave that over to Ireland. Nah, fuck that. That's just too crazy. Honestly,
he's about to go into Braveheart.
Don't get me started with Braveheart. Honestly, guys, well said, everyone. Never Stay Down. What a wonderful band you are. And this is a very small show, but from now on, I'm only inviting the guests that's on the show. Sometimes we could have another 10 people here, all wanting to say something after each song. They're like, oh, everybody's done in by the end of the show. So I think it's guests only plus the co-host from now on. So everyone, never stay down until the next time, huh?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. And stay around as long as you can. If any of you can, the show will go another 40 minutes. Coming up next, we've got one half of my 100 years of experience. I go on the Joey Stuckey podcast, the Music Mentor podcast, and he's a friend of Alan Parsons, who's a Pink Floyd producer and stuff like that. And when I'm on the show, we do 2 people, we do 3 songs each, and then Joey says to me, "Hey Sparky, I hear you've got 100 hours, 100 years of experience in the music industry." And for 2 seconds, I sit like that, yeah. And then I press ping, and I bring in Steve and Mark, and they come into the show, and I'm bringing my 100 years of experience. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark's story's up next. Mark, could you introduce yourself? You don't have to tell me and Steve who you are, but let everyone else know in detail. Who's Mark's story? And what's the story? What's the story behind your song, Feed My Demons? Hi, darling. Welcome, Mr. Malaysia there, brother. Hello.
Hey, darling.
How are you?
Yeah, right. Hi, darling. All right. Right. So I'm Mark Story, and I just basically do my own thing. So everything you hear and see in the video that's coming up, I did it all. On the lyric front, a few people have misinterpreted this song, but it's basically it's basically how I search my past traumas, if you like, to write lyrics for certain songs, and I call it feeding my demons. And the price, the price I pay for feeding my demons is I have to go and meet them to get in the frame of mind to write lyrics. So this is what the song's about. There's no Satanism involved, as one person thought. It's just what goes on in my head, and I'll just let my imagination run riot. I just hope you enjoy it.
Hey, no more mentions of the mole, Mr. Story. Let's enjoy this wonderful track by Mark Story, aka Redbeard, with his track Feed My Demons. Absolutely brilliant. And he's done everything himself except from dye his beard. His wife helps him with that. The liar. Eh, bro? I'm kidding. Well, love. Enjoy.
That's the price I pay when I feed my demons. alter ego.
Let's go.
Peace, Sparky boy. Absolutely fantastic. As in Germany, wunderbar. Not that there's anything for Germany here. Mark, I don't need to tell you how much I love you. I tell you every day, 5 times a day. I love you, bro. I'm sick of telling you how great you are. Next, Steve Andrews, what's your thoughts on that track? I know you've heard that a few times. Let's go Steve and then Darman.
Mark Redbeard, you know, I love your songs. I love this song. I love the way you do it all. You know, the way you put it all together. You do everything. And I've told you so many times, and this song is just a great example for everybody who hasn't seen you before. This is an example of what Mark, Mr. Redbeard, can do. He is a fantastic singer-songwriter. He's a fantastic musician. He's a really great video maker because he can do that as well. He's a great producer. And not only all of that, but he can also cover songs, and he covers the songs so really well that each one sounds like you know what the song is, but he makes it his own. So sometimes it's even better than the original. I've said that. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Mr. Mark Story, Mr. Redbeard gets top marks from me, 100%. Fantastic work.
And you forgot to say, just like yourself, Steve, every single person who comes onto these shows, Mark and Steve will support you for life just because they've met you once. That's what these guys, they're most supportive, and they're my 2 best friends in the world. And one of them's 70, and what is you, Mark? Don't worry, 67, 65? Mark?
64.
64? Dude, you only look 35, but I thought you said 67. But anyway. My 2 best friends in the family are Steve and Mark, and Darman's just creeping up behind them. You know, Darman's taking all of the actual reviews that everyone's doing. He's going to put them into lyrics and into like typing text things, little paragraphs and stuff, because like the amount of reviews people get here, they're lost if it's just left in a podcast. So Darman DeFlern, you'll see his name about. Absolutely brilliant. Well said, Steve. Let's go Darman, then Paul, then Gabriella.
Hello, sorry I'm late. Just like to say that yeah, I've heard this song before. I commented it on the YouTube. I think it's I'm going to comment on your music in general, like Steve did. I find that your songs are bass driven, and I love the bass guitar or whatever, like, so there's a lot of rhythm, groove, of funk in your songs or whatever, which I really appreciate or whatever. And then you just laying stuff on top of that then to create your own unique sound or whatever, like voodoo metal is what Sparky likes to call it, and I won't disagree with him.
Voodoo blues, it's voodoo blues, I believe he calls his own
voodoo
genre.
blues.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah. But I think this is more leaning towards metal or whatever, though, because or at least goth or whatever, because it is quite dark. Right.
Darman DeFlern's not lost for words. Actually, he's over in Malaysia. It's actually later than it is in Australia. What time is it there, Darman?
No, it's actually later in Australia. I'm between UK and.
So is it only 3:30 in the morning? Listen, respect for you for even being able to pull a sentence at that time.
Like 5 to 3.
5 to 3 in the morning.
I'm like a vampire. This is the time I'm awake anyway. No, so just to say whatever that I just like once, you know, like when you're doing the demon, I just like you to scream once, like a scream of anguish and pain or whatever, like just to really, and I'm not saying the singing is absolutely brilliant in this, but I just like to hear that pain once without just raw demon type of thing on your chorus or whatever.
Act a little bit more like a maniac is what you're saying. Is that's all they could have done better was act a bit
just
crazier, you know.
Just that once or whatever, because basically what the song is about is confronting your dark side or whatever, and maybe not liking or what you've done in the past or whatever, because you're talking about the hedonism and everything. So this is a song about your release of confronting your dark side or whatever.
So that's why I thought, because I've listened to it a few times, and I just wish right towards the end on the chorus, he really sort of let loose with that one word or whatever. But that's a very small criticism when it was a fantastic song, mate.
What Darman's saying there is, if you'd done that, it would be a worldwide hit, Mark. That's all he's saying, you know. Now listen, some people can go up on a stage and sing world class. See if you go up and you sing and you're like, still, you don't move. That's boring. You think about a bit swagger and stuff like that. So I do feel what you're saying. Yeah, you could have acted a little bit more crazier. But then maybe your wife would say, shut up. I'm trying to sleep here or something, you know. So instead of going Paul, then Gabriella, I know that they never stay down, lads are in a hurry. So in case any of them need to leave, let's go Charlie, then Moon, then Tommy, just in case any of you have to leave. I should let you comment first. Charlie?
Sure, man. Yeah, that was awesome. The little guitar solo at the end, the little harmonic keys. I loved it, man. In fact, you put it all together yourself as well. It's that's a rocking track. I love it. Really good.
Oh, cheers. I truly appreciate that. Thank you.
Tommy?
Sorry to butt in. I had to do a bit of driving, and I thought I could hang up on the call and then, you know, put a podcast on, or just stay listening to this one. And I'm glad I did, because it's got energy, man. It was a good driving track. I was bumping along to it down the A38, mate. It was beautiful.
Thanks,
well,
man. Cheers.
Well said. Do you know something? See, when somebody's driving and they still keep the podcast on, you could get charged. You could get in trouble because of Mark's story. But hey, well said, Tommy. Yeah. Moon's the guy I've been talking to. That's the person I've been talking to, is Moon. So, hey, brother.
Yeah, he's a very talented man in every aspect. He's a fantastic video, fantastic musician. I kind of think he belongs in Rob Zombie films.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
And the soundtrack as well. Like, how can you imagine you on a Rob Zombie film? Like, I don't know, The Devil's Rejects. I'm sure you've heard of The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
You belong in one of those films in your music, definitely. It's that kind of
biggest
skill.
influence.
What, Rob Zombie?
Biggest influence. Alice Cooper's my biggest influence.
Well, yeah,
but Rob Zombie's kind of like his bastard son, you know. So, I love Rob Zombie. I think he's great. Yeah,
you're very talented.
Thanks, mate. Thanks.
And did you play the drums on that as well?
No, they're programmed. I programmed.
Oh, you use programmed drums. But yeah, I mean, you produced it, you've done the video, you've done it all by yourself. That's some talent there, mate. Very well done.
Yeah, I've got to say, it does drive me insane until it's done. And then once it's done and it's on YouTube, I'm on to the next one. So I spend however long it takes to get the lyrics right and the chords right and all this bit right. It takes a while, but eventually it comes together, you know. It's a lonely old place. But
we'll have to get your details at some point. If you can put videos together like that, it's really good.
He's fantastic, honestly. Yes, so yes. Well said, guys. And do you know something? This music family that we have, there's over 700 people that's been on this show since May. And anyone who's come in and they're like, me, we're like, bye, see you later. See all the team players. Mark is the biggest team player you'll ever get. I guarantee he'll be supporting you tomorrow. But yeah, let's go to the other three comments now. We've got Gabrielle, then Paul, then Studio.
All righty. Hi.
Gabriella.
Hi, Redbeard. It's nice to meet you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Wow, that song reminded me of high school. It reminded me of me finding like Alice Cooper for the first time, Frank Zappa. It reminded me of a lot of good influences that I had growing up when I was into classic rock and into light metal and stuff like that when I was younger. So that was a nice little throwback. And it does remind me a lot of Rob Zombie movies too. So I hear you guys. So it was great. It was a hit. Definitely was a little nostalgic there. Because it reminded me of me growing up listening to the Alice Cooper show. I don't know if you guys ever had the Alice Cooper show on the radio. I used to fall asleep to that when I was younger. So that voice, that everything just took me back. Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mark Story, your songs are like poison running through my veins every time I hear them, bro.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. That's enough, man. There's people around, Mark. Keep that to private chat, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Paul and then Jeremy and Christine, and then we're on to the next guest who is Greenbeard. So Paul, Gantley, then Jeremy and Christine. We've only got 4 guests left, so the show will be over very quickly. Paul Gantley, what was your thoughts?
Oh, just a heads up. I might have to go, you guys, very soon. Over here, Vegas time at 12, so I have 4 minutes. So,
Gabrielle, I will put you on next. It's no problem. If anyone raises their hand, I'll put you on next. No, you can go the next person. It's fine. Right, you're on next, Gabrielle. Right. So Paul and then studio, and I'll put you on next, Gabrielle. It's no worries.
Are you sure? Okay.
Absolutely. Steve will be here to the end anyway, so no problem, dear. Right, so
okay.
Paul, what was your thoughts here?
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. And well done that you can put it all together yourself. That's brilliant, like, as well, you know. So well done, yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
Well said, brother. Jeremy and Christine over in Oz, what was your thoughts here before we get to our next guest, who's Gabriella?
Yeah, like everyone else, we enjoyed the song.
It's always interesting, isn't it, as a songwriter, where you get your inspiration for your words and, you know, your lyrics like that. And to have, you know, to do it all yourself, that's great. It's fabulous if you can do all that, and your masks and the whole thing. It was really interesting. You must have had a lot of fun putting that together.
Well, my partner is very supportive, and when I was wearing the onesie and the pumpkin head, I needed to go to the toilet in the middle of shooting, so I just came back in the house dressed like that with the meat cleaver in my hand. And she just looked up at me and went, "How's the video going, love?" I went, "Yeah, it's going all right." She went, "Want a cup of tea?" I went, "Yeah." But yeah, I mean, I used to kind of fight all the problems I had, and I think we've all got traumas in our life. I think we'd be very lucky if we didn't have any. But I can't learn to embrace them really, and I think, well, if I'm going to have them in my head, I may as well put them out in music form, you know, and make them work for me. So that's what I did with that. So,
if you don't have those experiences, well, really, you don't have those things to bring into your music, do you? And write about. So, yeah, it can be a positive thing, isn't it? Bringing all those things into your music.
Yeah, turn the frown upside down. Can I just say, thank you so much, the two of you, for being up at this ungodly hour where you are and being pummeled by that song. It's a bit early in the morning for it, but thank you so much. You both look better than I do. I fall out of bed midday.
Hey,
it doesn't look that good from this side.
No.
Oh, you look great. Trust me.
Can I just say that Jeremy and Christine only joined like a couple of months ago, and it's only their second appearance. They're some of the most, they've got most awards out of anybody that I've seen in the family, and they're just teasing us. The second song's getting features tonight, so these are absolutely wonderful. Mr. Redbeard, Jeremy, you both said something there. Mr. Redbeard, thank you. Until the next time, brother. Yeah.
Thank you for all your kind comments. Appreciate it. Really do. Thank you.
Coming up next, if she's in the room, Miss Gabriella Moore from Las Vegas. Could you introduce yourself?
Hi, sorry.
Who is Gabriella Moore as an artist? What type of music do you do? And why did you write the song called Apple Street? Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm Gabriella Moore, as you know. I come from Las Vegas, originally from Seattle, Washington, up north. The kind of music I do is I started out with acoustic and folk, and then with all my influences of classic rock growing up, I started going into different genres too. Started going into a little bit of pop, a little bit of R&B, and then now I do boom pop beats. I sing over boom pop, so I kind of do a Sade, Erykah Badu type of vibe, actually. And it's really fun. I'm in a community online on YouTube called Underground Radio, where it's a review show where they have people, local artists and unsigned artists and indie artists in the hip hop community send in their music. And so they influenced me to come out with this album called Apple Street. And it's me and my friend Wilderness, who lives out in Colorado. It's his beats and me singing over them. And I actually arranged and produced this song, Apple Street. This song is a heartbreak song. It's about wandering through the streets of a person named Apple Street and realizing you should have let them go. That's basically, so it's up for interpretation for whoever, really.
Hey,
So,
you're such a
hope you guys like
lovable
it.
girl. You're such a lovable lady, and you're in our Instagram support group, and you're one of the most supportive people even before you've been on a show. And Gabriella Moore, could you tell the owner of your group we want to bring them onto the show, because like from now on, I've got hundreds of people that have got radio stations, radio shows that want to be partners. So I'm going to bring one or two different people like that, other people with podcasts onto the show. So tell them that I want to meet them, right? The owner of that group. Gabriella Moore with Apple Street. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Why not?
Thank you, guys.
There were no more nights to cry through. There were signs to roads I went down I should have been. Arms in hands that was not my home. I spent time in so much of mine to be lost again. I'm kicking rocks in the street, wondering how it was me to be so down. And Apple Street was more like a home to me than my bed was. I held hands with a stranger calling me missing. No, there was no honesty, no. And I gotta let it go. Yeah, I gotta let it go. Lonely, there was space in the some a heart so big, but so down. And who told me I needed to chase to win? Told me what it was like to sip the wine, red and gold as his lies. Things I never know. Apple Street was more like a home to me than my bed was. I held hands with a stranger calling me missing. There was no honesty. No, 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 no. There was no honesty. No. No, I gotta let it go. Let it go. I gotta let it go.
Gabriella Moore, everybody.
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
You're an
Appreciate
absolute,
it.
you're an absolute star. You know, you've got like it seems to me like you're not even putting any effort in, and you're just like, la, 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 la. Like if you could put in a big proper studio, you could be as good as anybody, I think, Gabriella. Fantastic. I'm not going to be biased and keep letting my two best friends go first. You're going last this time. Do you hear that? Red beard, green beard. Let's start with Paul Gantley, then Charlie. Paul.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. What a voice. What a voice.
Yeah.
I mean, I could hear all the greats there. I could hear Amy Winehouse. I could hear Beyonce. I could hear all the greats in there. Brilliant.
What a beautiful short comment to say. Wonderful, man. I agree. Honestly. Yeah. Charlie, Darman, then Moon. Charlie?
Yeah, honestly, really sweet tune. I've literally just got back from being in Amsterdam for the weekend, and to be honest, I could have done with that song whilst I was indulging in the coffee.
What were you doing over there, Charlie?
Oh, you know, just having some fun, indulging in the culture, you know. Indulging in the culture, drinking the coffee. It was great, but if I had that song whilst I was out there walking the streets with the canals in the evening, like in the quieter points, it would have been a beautiful mix. Really,
well,
really
listen, guys, I've not really pushed it, but see, every single song that's ever been on my podcast, if it's on Spotify, it's all in the one playlist. And I'm selfish. I just keep it to myself and I listen to it all the time. But I'm going to pass it over to all of you and say, hey,
you should, yeah.
Let's bloody share this. And so, yeah, man, I just have to keep remembering myself the things I do in the background. We've got a Spotify playlist. You'll all be added to it tomorrow. Mr. Malaysia, you've got 5 minutes tops, Darman. Bro. You talk your hearts to content, brother.
Right. It's my 5 minutes start now.
1, 2. Oh, he's going to take another beamer, Mark. He's going to take another beamer.
What I was going to say is that it's weird, like that people forget old music, like the 40s, 50s, 60s. But what like the trap and hip hop and the beats are starting to do now, they're starting to go back through those times, wherever, and they put in like you know, quality samples or their own music, and they put in this like lo-fi, and you've even got the effect of the needle on there, or whatever, to sound like it's coming off a vinyl. But the best thing about this is sometimes it doesn't sound authentic because you haven't got the right vocalist on the track or whatever. And in this case, I think it has. You were absolutely perfect for it. And I could hear some effect on your voice as well to make it sound like it was coming. So it's like as if someone from the 40s, 50s is singing brand new to us today or whatever. So your voice was absolutely brilliant. The beat was it was excellent. It was just there so you could do your very professional blast from the past, and it was absolutely beautiful. I loved it.
Well said.
Thank you so much.
Well said.
I like the comment.
Sorry, Gabriella.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'd like to comment. I actually produced and made that instrumental myself. I arranged it.
Oh, well, there we are. That's even better, like because it sounded so precise.
It's the only one on the album.
That's absolutely well done. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Gabriella,
everybody.
Gabriella, you won the award for the biggest smile tonight so far. Everyone's had a big smile so far, but your smiles, you cracked it. And well said, Darman. You only took 90 seconds of that, brother. I'm like, listen, this man is a walking musical encyclopedia. He picks up so much stuff that just Darman DeFlern, he'll be in your life the rest of your life, so all you see, because he'll support you. Moon, then Jeremy and Christine. Moon.
Yeah, great song. I imagine that you know, you must be talented if you're producing everything from scratch and you're doing it yourself and you're recording. There's a lot of technicals involved in that. It's fantastic. Your voice is phenomenal. You hit every note. It's very, very good. You remind me of a cross between Tony Braxton and Gwen Stefani.
If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby.
So yeah, you've got great vocal range. Again, you could be doing even 50s, 40s style music, and that voice is would fit perfectly along with modern music. You've got a very versatile voice. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Well said, Moon. Well said. Honestly, Gabrielle, you're world class. Let's hear about the people with all the accolades behind them. I've got to say, Mr. and Mrs. Stock from Melbourne, Australia. Jeremy and Christine, what was your thoughts there on Gabriella Moore from Las Vegas?
Hi, Gabriella. Really enjoyed that.
Hi.
And yeah, I love the tone of your voice. And no, I really, really enjoyed that. Do you play an instrument?
Yes, I play guitar. I taught myself how to play guitar back when I was in 7th grade, so when I was 14 years old. But I went to a performing arts high school and graduated there in vocal. So my voice is my main instrument.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
very good.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's of course, but no, really, really enjoyed that. And most of your songs, are they in that genre? Is that the sound that you tend to sort of go towards when you record?
Yeah, they tend to sound like that, or a little more rustic, like Alabama Shakes, or like Amy Winehouse, that rough sounding, that that really strong. I can do that, but I do it over like old school hip hop beats. So that wasn't an example of the hip hop beats, because that one was mainly supposed to be like a jazz sounding type. But it's mostly that style of singing, like that mixed with depending on the style, depending on the words, depending on what's going on in the song.
Oh, that's great.
Well done.
Well done, yeah.
Jeremy, have you got anything to add there? I mean, listen, see if there's anybody that you've ever come across in the family that you think you could help by doing a song with them, or do you know there's over 20 different collaborations have happened from the people meeting in my shows? And why hasn't Greenbeard and Redbeard done anything yet? You need to find a genre between voodoo blues and hope and change, and find something, because she used to in the same track. People, even if it was a rubbish song, it would still be a hit because used to her in it. Honestly. Anyway, it's not your section, you're not allowed to get bigged up now. So Gabriella Moore. In fact, we've still got Redbeard and Greenbeard. Mr. Story, what was your thoughts? Sorry, I'm rushing ahead myself. Mr. Story, what was your thoughts here, brother?
Right, Gabriella, like I say this quite a few times when I'm on the podcast, in the fact that it gives me an opportunity to listen to genres of music I wouldn't normally listen to, because most of the time I'm writing and recording. So I love being a co-host on this show because it really opens my mind, it opens my eyes, it opens my ears to different sounds and different techniques and different personalities. What Paul said about your vocals, I totally agree with. In fact, what everyone said about your vocals and the song in general, I 100% agree with. I love the bluesiness in your voice. And I love the fact you bring the jazz into it as well, the jazz influences in your voice as well. It's a great, your voice just carries that song beautifully. The rhythm's going on behind you, but all I was concentrating on was your voice and the way it was just flowing through the chords and everything. So that's classic. I definitely want to check out some more of your stuff. Definitely.
Yes, please. Thank you. I have a new album coming out on May 16th, and it's going to be a little bit lighter than Apple Street, the album. So
okay,
be on the lookout, and it'll be on all platforms.
I just went on YouTube and commented, and I noticed there was a comment from me that was written a month ago. So I think we was probably due to meet on a show about a month ago. And I was thinking, hang on a minute, I've already subscribed to her. But yeah, cool stuff. Thank
you. Yeah, I was supposed to be on the show that was going on my birthday, I believe, but I missed it. I wasn't able to join or something like that.
Oh, that's
something
right.
happened.
Oh well,
it was on my birthday.
Yeah, cool.
You're here now, dear. You're here now. Honestly, you're here, Mr. Greenbeard. From one sexy bugger to another. What's your thoughts here, Portugal?
Gabriella, I was just amazed. I thought your vocals, like everybody's been saying, your vocals are fantastic. They're so soulful. And this was actually strange. I was also like really impressed with the music. I thought the music was amazing. And then I got thinking about Van Morrison, and I'm a huge fan of Van Morrison.
I love Van Morrison.
Yeah, because what I was going to say, this is why I said it's a bit strange. It was like you were like a female Van Morrison, because Van has got the soul in his voice, and that's what he's known for. He's got that soul, and the music that he has behind when he's singing, it's so well. It just fits. And what it was like Van uses his voice as an instrument, which then blends with the rest of the music. And it was like you were doing that. And it was like I was listening to Van Morrison, but I wasn't, because I was listening to you. And that was the effect it had on me. And I was just completely knocked out by it. So just an amazing voice you got there. Amazing, music as well. Absolutely wonderful work.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Well said, Stephen. Well said, everyone. And when the song first starts and you say to yourself, oh, there's not a video there, so you don't get to stay and watch something, you tend to close your eyes and listen to it. And yet you can actually hear a song better if you close your eyes and listen to it. And yet you're just brilliant. Gabriella Moore, until the next time, because I know you'll be back. I love darling.
Yes, I will be. All right, thank you guys so much.
No worries. You have to go, do you? You have to leave?
I do. I have to run. I'm about 15 minutes late for an appointment.
That's okay. You're missing Steve, Paul, and Studio, the Jeremy and Christine duo. So you'll see them tomorrow, but you're only missing 3 tracks. There's 3 left, everyone. So Gabriella Moore, cheers, darling. Until the next time. Ciao, ciao.
I also shared the YouTube link onto my Facebook too. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna watch the YouTube of it too. Million comments.
Well, see, most people in the music game, they've usually networked as much as they can with everybody they're connected with and everybody they know, and they're waiting to meet new people. See me, I've connected with 0.0001% of the people I'm connected with. So just wait till you see what this family's going to grow. And Gabrielle, I'll speak to you tomorrow or the next couple of days and see what's happening, right?
Yes.
All
right. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Nice to meet you. Bye-bye.
See you again. So Van Morrison's Van Morrison, but he's not got a smile like Gabriella, has he? So we're going to go Steve, then Paul, and then Studio. Are you all right with that order? Is that okay? Right. So Steve Andrews, he's not got a video here. He's asked me to share a SoundCloud track today because we've done all his YouTube videos. But write down Steve Andrews, Britain's Got Talent, and check him out because he got every single female in the crowd up on the stage when he sang Stand By Me. So check it out because I would love to show everybody that video, but we can't. There's another one. So Steve, who's Steve Andrews as a person and an artist, and what's the story behind your song Usually that we're going to feature today for the first time?
Who am I as a person? Well, I'm originally from Wales. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm an author. I'm a naturalist. I'm a conservationist. I'm a poet. And I got a green beard. And this song, Usually, I wrote it, I can't actually remember exactly when, but it was back in the 90s, some point in the 90s. And it's in an album, Songs of the Now and Then, which was produced by Jace Lewis in his Northstone Studios in Bridgend in South Wales. And there is something which happened, it's kind of funny, but it wasn't funny at the time. In the song, I sing, usually the weather's bad and the bus is late. Now, this actually happened because I was traveling from Portugal to South Wales. I went via Bristol Airport, then I had to get a bus to Cardiff, then I had to get another bus to Bridgend. And Jace was supposed to meet me at a car park in Bridgend. But guess what? It started tipping down with rain and the bus in Cardiff got held up and I was an hour late arriving in Bridgend. And I was thinking at the time I was doing this, I was thinking this is completely weird because one of the songs I want to record is usually with, the weather's bad and the bus is late. And this is exactly what is happening now. But never mind, we finally got there. So that's a little bit about the song.
Steve Andrews, I love you to bits, man. You and Mark, I couldn't say who's my best friend out the two of you, but you two are my best friends in the whole world. I don't have real life friends. All I do is this. I don't go and socialise in the pub. You think I'm kidding? I don't. I just work here. Steve Andrews with his track Usually, and close your eyes and listen to this one because it's just from SoundCloud, so it's just audio. But yeah, one love. Enjoy.
Usually the newspaper's better left unread. Usually there's too much going on in your head. Usually you're wishing that you'd stayed home in bed. with someone there usually. Usually I'm wondering what I ought to do. Usually I'm dreaming about someone like you. Usually the weather's bad and the bus is late. Usually the love story turns to hate. Usually that special offer just can't wait. It's not unusual, usually. Usually I'm wondering what I ought to do. Usually I'm dreaming about someone like you. Has all been blown. Usually there's an overwhelm of people on the phone. No one understands you and you're feeling all alone. Overcrowded usually. Usually I'm wondering what I ought to do. Usually I'm dreaming about someone like you. Better left unread. Usually, there's too much going on in your head. Usually, you're wishing that you'd stayed home in bed with someone there. Usually.
Usually by Steve Greenbeard Andrews. Steve thinks he's got a nickname called the Bard of Eli. Your name's Greenbeard. I'm gonna stop calling you Steve Andrews. Same with you, Mark. I'm just gonna call you Redbeard. One word, big R, big B. Redbeard, Greenbeard. Steve Andrews and Mark Story, they're two of the most common names you've ever heard in your life. But anyway, what a wonderful track, Steve. My first time hearing that. Thanks, brother. Thank you. So Paul Gantney's the next guest. So let's go around. Let's go Christine and Jeremy. What was your thoughts there on the wonderful Steve?
Yeah, that's an unusual song, and it's a little bit haunting, isn't it?
Yeah, and your lyrics, usually, that's an interesting topic. I think you come up with a lot of things usually, and the being bad on the bus. It's funny how sometimes something can just a little life experience, and you can put that into your song. And I think that's what's really interesting about songwriting, isn't it? Bringing in your day-to-day things and your day-to-day thoughts happen, and you can create a song around it, which is it's interesting.
Usually that is.
Usually that is, yes.
Usually, yeah. Here, do you know what? Usually you wouldn't expect a man like Steve Andrews to have a rap track out, but he does. Mother Nature's rap, and it's brilliant. He's got one of his songs called Where Did All the Plastic Go? It's one of the most amazing songs for paying attention to what's happening in the world. And you know what else he's got? The most beautiful song that everybody's children have to hear. It's another Hickory Dickory Dock, Mouse Run Up, one of the ones that everybody knows in the world. Steve, what's the name of that one for the children again? The
one for the children. Well,
Climb Through the Rainbow. Honestly,
Climb Through the Rainbow. Yeah, I mean, but I'm hearing people keep saying that, you know, several of my songs are songs for children.
Lots of them are, but that one. Every kid needs to hear it. It's just as good as every song they already know for their nursery rhyme books. So he's a man of many talents, and he's out there cleaning up the street. If he sees rubbish in the street, he picks it up. He's trying to stop plastic in the oceans. He's got lots of different projects in the go, and he's had it for years. He's been famous in Wales for 30, 40 years. That's why he went away. He used to walk down the street to get his newspaper. Every day to annoy him. Oh, fuck this, I'm going to Portugal to live. Get some peace. Do you know what I mean? So, sorry for swearing. That's right. Let's go, Charlie. Charlie, then Darman.
Yeah, I loved it, man. There's the rhythm chugging along. It's reminiscent of the journey into work. You're doing your same things. I thought that was cool. Little guitar and little solo bits. That's such a nice track, man. Like your voice is super. It reminded me, and don't let this go to your head in any way. It reminded me of like early Paul McCartney's voice singing in early Beatles songs. Just that sort of clean, nothing extra on it, just really clean. And yeah, it was a cool track. I liked it.
Well, thank you so much, Charlie. That is, what a compliment, Paul McCartney.
Well said, well said. And can I just welcome another artist called Safe to the show? Safe, you didn't send me the track in time, so I can't feature you tonight, but next week I can feature you. But sit back and enjoy the show. There's only 2 more guests to go. You'll see the format of it. So, Safe, where are you from? What's your location, actually, bro? I'm going to ask you to unmute because I like to put everyone's locations there.
What up?
What's your location there, brother?
I'm over here in LA and shit.
Yeah, California? California.
Yeah, man.
Nice one, nice one. So thanks for coming. I'll speak to you after the show about getting your appearance next week. But let's continue with the comments. Darman, then Mark, and then our next guest, Paul. Darman?
Yeah, so I seen you put this as a folk rock, and I agree that it is it's the most rockiest thing I've heard from you. And the way that you were plucking the guitar, the strum in the guitar, that takes a bit of skill actually to create like a rhythm on which is, I mean, it's fairly simple, the chords or whatever, but the way that you were hitting the strums at different levels and different, is creating like the sound of a train to me, hitting the tracks, and that was all the way through. So you took me on a journey on a train, actually. As you know, I don't tend to listen to the lyrics so much on the first listen, and I've never heard this song before. So you took me on a journey on a train, and I was listening to that rhythm, and sometimes and your melody of your vocals again was more unusual from what I heard before, and it perfectly suited that going on, and I just thought that was excellent. I really enjoyed some of the production in there as well. The clicking sound, I thought that was an excellent. It's so simple but so effective. Like sometimes less really is more, or whatever. Like, so I'm delighted to have heard this song of yours, mate, and I haven't heard it before, and I'm glad that I made you on, mate.
Well, thank you so much, Darmin. And, I thought about it, because I've run out of ones with music videos. So let's hear my songs without videos. And I really like this song. And basically, what you were talking about, I mean, most of that was down to Jace because he was producing it. So he produced all that train journey, feel to it. And but it is a simple song. It's just a 2-chord song, as quite a few of my songs are. And for me, simple, works. So I'm really glad. Thank you.
But it was very effective.
Do you know how good it is? Charlie's cat's jumped up trying to speak to you. I've been trying to let the cat get a word in for the last time. Charlie's cat, look, the Charlie's cat stood up to say, who's this guy? What's that? So honestly,
Well, that's amazing, 'cause there were two of my cats here. I actually closed the door because there was my cat that I call Mum, you know, who often jumps at me. But then there's another little cat that comes in who I call him Manx Cat because he is a Manx cat, and he tends to jump all over the place. In fact, sometimes he jumps on the keyboard here. So I thought, okay, let's get Manx Cat out. So he's out now. But this is great because cats, you know, what can I say? You know, we got another. Actually, Charlie, is your cat on your keyboard?
Turns out this week, yeah, she couldn't stay away. She couldn't stay away from the music.
Yeah, well, hello.
Well said, well said. So we've got Mark's story, then Paul. Mr. Story, what was your thoughts here, brother, on your green bearded bro from another man?
Right, Rob. What Charlie said and what Dermot said was bang on. I mean, Charlie said about it's like journey to work, and Dermot touched on the train journey thing, which was spot on, bang on. Steve, like, you never cease to amaze me. I've listened to a lot of your songs, and they're never predictable. They're always great. That, I mean, I'm kind of glad there wasn't a video for that, because I just got lost in that rhythm. Is just so hypnotic. I'm so glad you put that song on tonight. Seriously, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It's awesome, brother. Really good.
Yes. Well said, Mark.
Thank you so much, Mark.
You're welcome, bro. You're welcome.
Mr. Story, it's got really, really dark where you are. I don't know if you've, it's really dark. All we can see is your red beard now, man. Mr. Gantley, what's your thoughts before we get to your section? Honestly, your lights have went right out. I can't even see you there now, Mark.
Yeah.
I'll put the light on.
Really good.
Did you enjoy it? Same with you, Paul. It's very dark where you are. Your section's up next. You want to put a light on, dude, if you can.
Yeah,
Steve Andrews, you're absolutely wonderful. Every day that meets you falls in love with you, you know. And, you know, I'm just going to say it straight up. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a flying F what he looks like, because people, you want to judge people. Well, he's the same as me. I walk about with my scarves and my arm, and I want people to judge me, because if people judge me before I know them, I don't want to know them. So when you get to know Steve, who walks about with a green beard? Steve Andrews. Why? Because he wants to. Do you know what I mean? Why? Because he can. Love you, bro. Mr. Gantley. Yeah, what was your thoughts on Steve now that we can see you, bro?
Yeah.
Awesome, eh?
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very commercial. Would fit in very well in the charts now. Because it's very
Thank you so much, Paul.
Yeah.
If there's anything you can do, type Steve Andrews, Britain's Got Talent, and after this show. Steve Andrews, till the next time, bro. Love you, dude. And do you know something? I'm deliberately making these shows with less people now, because sometimes you bring in 15, 20 people, and then everybody wants to comment after every song. People don't want to come back to the show. It lasts for 3 hours. It's like, oh, one of these shows again. Or I have to be rude and say 10 minutes each off. So it's going to be the guests and Redbeard and Greenbeard on the shows from now on. So, well, Steve Andrews, till the next time. Coming up next from Ireland, my new friend. Your face is just out the camera, Paul, if you want to move the camera down a little bit. My new brother from Ireland, his name is Paul Gantley. I believe he does music with his sister, but I'll let you introduce yourself. Who is Paul Gantley, and what's the story behind your song, Good Day? What do you hear this, troops?
Paul Gantley is a songwriter, and I have a disability called spina bifida hydrocephalus. It's the legs don't move, basically. I'm paralyzed from the waist down, but I've a shunt in my head, which is fluid on the head, not the brain, just on the head, around the head. That's the and my sister sings the songs because you never want to hear me sing, really. That's so my sister sings. But I write the songs. It was just an album. I just always wanted to do it. And my sister said to me, I was having a bit of a hard time with someone at work. And my sister said, look, Paul, get out of there. She said, and I have two friends, Eric Sharp and Fran McDermott, Abbey Lane Studios, and they'll record an album with you. I'll pay for it and all. You just get out of there. You don't need to do it. So I got out and we started on this album. And the rest is history. The wheels are no big deal. It's out on Spotify and all those things.
Just wait till you see how much you're going to love this track. Paul Gantley with his absolutely beautiful track, Good Day. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love. It's not got a video yet, but you don't need it.
I do actually, but it's not my own as such.
You do have a video?
I can send you a video. It's not on YouTube right now. It's on. I can send it to you though.
I'll bring you on another time to feature the video, dude. I'll feature this track more than once because it's absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
Just even listen to it.
Tell each other our dream, only we believe it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Love's a beautiful emotion once we understand it. There's no need to complicate what's already beautiful. For me to be happy, it doesn't matter if I find romance, as long as I feel love, as long as I have you, it's a good day. Why so hard on yourself? Love conquers all, never meant. I look into your eyes, all I see is beauty. And then I think, what will be, will be. And anyone could be a tortured soul. We all have feelings of demons. Wish that we could start again and give the world a great big hug. The sun doesn't have to shine for me to be happy. It doesn't matter if I find romance, as long as I feel love, as long as I have you, it's a good day. The sun doesn't have to shine. 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 Doesn't matter if I find romance. The sun doesn't have to shine. It doesn't matter if I find romance. The sun doesn't have to shine. It doesn't matter if I find romance.
Hey, throw your love hearts in the air for Mr. Paul Gartley there. Absolutely brilliant, bro. I did invite your sister to come on the show. Certainly make sure she comes on another time when you come on. Paul, world class. I can't wait to hear what the experts have got to say, because I'm the least qualified person to give anybody a review here. So let's start with the most qualified people with the accolades. They've got Jeremy and Christine there. What's your thoughts on Paul Gartley and his wonderful music that he's just bringing to the world? Yeah.
Very good, mate. Very, very good. It's a nice tune, well put together. Vocals are good.
Yeah, I would classify that as a really radio friendly song. You know, that's something you'd hear on the radio. It'd fit into sort of, you know, any sort of, it would please any genre, I think. It's just a feel-good song. A really nice feel-good song.
I'm friends with you on Facebook, you know that?
Sorry?
I'm friends with you guys on Facebook, you know that? I'd be commenting on all your posts.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a small world, so it is. It's a small world. And do you know something? That it's very hard to really love a song the first time you hear it. If you even like a song a little bit, the first time you hear it, it's a great track. That song's the second time I've heard it now, and it is. I might insult everyone, but it's possibly the best track so far. It's got so much potential in it, and a different. Not get videos made or whatever. You've just recorded it with your sister because someone said do it. You've probably done it first time as well, you know. So there's people that will do 50 takes or something, and there's people like Paul that will just record and be as good as that. So Paul Gantley, I love you to bits. Well said, Jeremy and Christine. Let's go, Charlie, then Darman.
Straight over to me. Yeah, it was really cool. I like the solo. Are you playing the guitar? Sorry.
No, I play piano on it. That's Eric
Piano. Oh man, it was sweet. I really like the solo guitar in the middle pieces. It just brought the track together just to give it the interludes between the verses. Really, really nicely done. Yeah, beautiful.
Thanks.
Well said, well said. More. That's what we want to see. And I know for a fact that Steve Andrews is going to say that song could fit into my podcast, the 1010 for Change show. So I'll probably let him say that because I saw his eyes light up because it is a song for hope and change. Which that's a show that me and Steve do together, the 1010 for Change show. Episode 2 coming in May. Darman de Flern, then Mark's story. What's your thoughts, Darman?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. For me, it sounded like something like an 80s type of pop track mixed with like country influences. Like I thought it sounded like some of the licks were very. And some of the guitar tones were quite country inspired. I don't know if that was the case or not, but that's the way it came across to me. The drums, it's very unusual. There's a lot of damping on the drums, on the kick and the snare. But then when you had the toms going, then you had like they were quite sharp. So I enjoyed that contrast on the production side or whatever. I really enjoyed that the bass sometimes was allowed to flourish and come up into the forefront or whatever. I really enjoyed that because I do like hearing basses in tracks, and a lot of times the bass is drowned out or whatever. And because it was like a pop song, it's very catchy. The vocals meshed well, and the melody was very good. But again, I didn't really concentrate on the lyrics. I don't usually do that until the third or fourth. I tend to listen to the rest of the track, and I thought the production and the melody line of the female singer, your sister, or whoever sang it, I thought that was really good. So and just one more note, however, I would just like to say that I did notice at the piano you had the wheels on the thing as a nod towards your situation. So I thought that was very well done as well. Like, and I recognize what you're saying that there's me or whatever, but inside those wheels is my new musical knowledge, and this is who I am. Yeah. Hear me roll, basically.
Yep, that's it.
Well said, Malaysia. Do you know something, Paul? It's never too late to start anything, in life, and focus on your music, dude. Never sit around and sit and watch soap television, all that garbage. That's why it's so easy for Mark Story and Steve to come to all my shows, because all they've done is traded in watching the soaps for coming to one of these shows. And they can sit and watch Coronation Street and EastEnders are coming to these shows. And when I explained that to them, they're like, oh,
sister loves Netflix.
Yeah, man. Honestly, bring your sister on the next time, please, Paul, right? Even next week we'll get you on a show. Mr. Redbeard and Mr. Greenbeard, and we're up to the headliners of the show, who's Jeremy and Christine, aka Studio. Mark Story, then Steve Andrews.
Paul, what a tune that is. It got me the minute it started to the minute it finished. I was just there. It was just a great song. The lyrics are great. The music's great. It fits well into the sort of people that like Fleetwood Mac and Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks and that kind of end of the scale.
It's
They
inspired by
would
Fleetwood Mac,
yeah, they'd go rabid for that. That deserves to be a hit. Seriously, man. And I picked up on the wheels myself as well. That's a class move.
That's the cover of the album as well.
Cool, man. It's really good.
Yeah, the album is called No Big Deal.
Yeah.
What's the album called? What's the album called again?
The Wheels Are No Big Deal.
The Wheels Are No Big Deal. Right, cool.
Yeah, awesome. What Darwin said about the way
he featured Mary Gatley. It just says Paul Gatley on it for some reason, but that's okay. Mary's happy with that. That's okay, But I would have liked to have a feature Mary but she didn't want that. She just wanted it to be about me,
Hey, did you can get Spotify and all the places to rename it Paul and your sister's name Gantley, I mean,
yeah,
that's you can change it. Sorry, Mark, you were not finished there, brother.
No, I'm just going to say, your sister's got an incredible voice. Yeah. I mean, a beautiful voice. I mean, you don't need me to tell you that, but she really has got a class voice. So yeah, I sincerely hope you get the recognition that you deserve for writing such a class tune. Well done. Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Loved it.
Well, Mr. Redbeard, he's in the right place, isn't he, to get his music out there? It's not about what happens on the night. How many people saw the video? Look, who cares how many people saw the video tonight? I'm going to share your part of this show every month for life. So this song will never die because it's been on my show once. Even if it's just me or my partner or my top talent promoters, there's going to be hundreds of them introduced shortly, and that's the people all over Asia and Africa that can't afford to pay to join the family. They're willing to help grow I'm going to be a chatty man, manage hundreds of stuff here. But Paul Gantley, you're fantastic. Mr. Greenbeard, what's your thoughts before we get to the final section of the evening?
Paul, my thoughts were that is a beautiful song, and I mean that. It was just beautiful. And like Mr. Redbeard just said, your sister's voice is just wonderful as well. And what Darmin was saying about the country, I could feel that there was a country, feel to the song. And it was just a wonderful song all around, and a feel good feel to it. And like Sparky was saying, about hope and change, it is a song that really fitted with that idea of hope and change. There was just a good feeling about all of it, and just a wonderful, beautiful song. Very, very well done.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. Fantastic work.
Well said.
The story of the song is actually that I did fall in love with a girl once, but it turned out that it just didn't work out. So we were better off being friends, do you know what I mean? Because we still loved each other. It just wasn't that way. So that's just, the sun doesn't have to shine as long as I have you, basically. You know what I mean? It's,
A lot of times that little organ in your chest, they're called the heart, writes the most amazing songs. It does. Probably 60% of the songs in the world have been written because somebody's messed with somebody's heart, Paul Gantley, maybe you should call your band the Gantleys. What about that? I don't know if your sister's changed her name or something yet, but I'm trying to think for you. Yeah. Paul Gantley, Mark Story, Steve Andrews, Jeremy, everybody reach out to this man tomorrow. He's a wonderful guy. I had a chat with him yesterday for 20 minutes, and straight away, I'm like, I love you, bro. Such a gentleman. No, seriously, I do. Even though you speak faster than me, lots of times when you come back in the show, people say, Paul, slow down a bit, we can't hear you. But I get it all the time, but I can understand you, But love you, man. Your music is fantastic. Paul Gantley, till the next time.
Thank you.
Cheers, brother. So, coming up, final guest of the evening, the headliners are Jeremy and Christine Stork, aka Studio Music from Australia. Could you introduce yourself, guys? And what's the story after you introduce yourself behind your song, Get Through to You? Yeah.
Introduce ourselves.
Hi, guys. I'm Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Chris, and welcome from Australia. Nice early start, 4 a.m. Up nice and early. So
the record studio, and the song that we've got tonight is "Get Through to You."
We're actually very prolific songwriters in quite a few different genres, and the song tonight is probably a little more on the jazz side, and it's just a cruisy little song, you know. It gets through to you, you know. You fancy that someone and you just wanting to connect, you know, and get that connection and really get to know someone, and you're walking and you're talking and you know, want to get through to that person and hopefully, you know, ignite something as you go along. But I have to say this the heart. Now this video, we actually shot this video in Bali in Indonesia, and it was a really early start again, like another 4 o'clock in the morning start, where we had to get up in the mountains into this little village, and of course it's really hot there, so it was good to get started before the sun came up. But you'll have a little giggle in this video, because when we're sitting, you see little chickens wandering behind in the background and all sorts in this little village. Yeah. So.
Hey, honestly, you're world-class artists. You're so humble. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to try and force you to tell me all your accolades behind you there, but that's after we hear the track. Ladies and gentlemen, Get Through to You by Studio. Enjoy. One love. Bell turn on the track.
Thought I'd better write this down before it gets away. So many thoughts are in my mind, so much I need to say. Well, I was on my way back home on Sunday afternoon, hoping I'd bump into you. My wish came true. Walking and talking, trying to get through to you. Just want to tell you how I really feel. Oh, baby, I would be beside myself. You'd make my dreams come true. I just want to hold your hand, be close to you. Walking and talking, trying to get through to you. Just want to tell you how I really feel. Oh, baby. Oh, now we're talking, thinking
absolutely brilliant, you know. And I know how you make so good music. It's because you're in so much love with each other, isn't it? You like you are still not like you look at you are actually sitting rubbing legs and arms. You are still in love with each other so much. My mum and dad sit like a foot apart when they're sitting there like get over there. But, you know, that you can just tell you love each other so much. Your music is absolutely brilliant. And can you at least rhyme off what a couple of the plaques are behind you, Christine? Because I know Jeremy won't. He's too humble. I found them. Jeremy, Christine, what's the plaques behind you? Could you rhyme some of them off? You know.
Oh, do you mind it?
Yeah, please, if you don't mind,
okay. Some of them are CDs. We've written 7 albums and EPs, whatever. No, we've been in the the Global Music Awards. We've won silver medals and bronze medals in there. The Clausine International Music Awards, which also we've won awards in that. The Academia, which is based in Los Angeles, we've won quite a few there. I'm
sorry for putting you under that type of pressure, and we can see that this is only like a fraction of their wall. You can see at the side that there's hundreds of them everywhere. So trust me, Jeremy and Christine, you are wonderful. Let's get you on a you know.
Thank you.
I'm going to be emailing everybody. Like, this is all the genre type of shows I'm doing. If you have any songs in these genres, then forward them to us. And a couple of the people that are doing the co-hosting with us, Mark and Steve, they're my favourites out of everybody. And Darwin's going to be doing the power ballads with me. But I've got the 10cc keyboardist and the Cockney Rebel keyboardist going to be doing the bands event with me. I shouldn't say this online in case it doesn't show up, but Billy Sheehan is going to be playing a part in the guitar show. Who else do we have? It doesn't matter who people are. Eddie Bullen for the jazz event. He's worked in the studio with Stevie Wonder, won a Grammy Award and stuff like this. So there are some high-level people in here, and I want to bring you onto shows to specialise each genre. But I'm taking up as much time as Darwin DeFlern here, so I'm going to pass the mic over to the main man, Darwin DeFlern there. Over in Malaysia. What's your thoughts here, brother? Thank you.
Yeah, I'd be perfect for our love show. Actually, that's a great song for that type of thing. I was listening to the track again. I heard some like a 70s type of guitar licks in it. Sometimes it reminded me of ABBA. Sometimes it reminded me of a show tune. Is quite a few genres that were mixed. I didn't get the jazz so much. I got the show tune plus ABBA plus a slight, plus the love song elements. That's what came over to me or whatever. By the way, I really love that guitar. That looked really nice. I love wood guitars, and the guitar you had in there, I was quite jealous of that. So that's what stood out in the video. What stood out in the video, never mind the tunes, it's the guitar. I want that guitar.
What kind of guitar was it? What kind of guitar was it, Jeremy?
It's a PRS.
Is that even in your top 5 of your favourites that you own? Be honest.
Yeah. It is. I've got about 12 guitars.
I could tell you a lot of them. I know that. Yeah.
But that's nice. I bought that in the States, so
yeah, he's got a habit of, when we go on holidays, the first thing you do, especially when in the US, especially, we have to do the tour of the guitar shops, so he knows where all the favorite ones are. But
honestly, we're actually in the presence of greatness. It's an honor to have you here. Well said, Darwin. Let's go, Charlie.
5 seconds.
Sorry, Darwin. Sorry, brother. Yeah, of course. Sorry.
5 seconds. I'd just like to say that I really enjoyed the vocal melodies, and in particular, I quite liked the way that you used the backing tracks to back yourself up wherever. I thought it was subtle, but it really worked, and it came in at the right places, and it brought out the highlights in the vocal melodies. So yeah, I really enjoyed that track. Excellent. Thank you for presenting it here.
Oh, thank you. It's interesting how you say ABBA and different things, you know. I mean, we've obviously been together playing music since we were, well, teenage, or you teenage, sort of, you know, and playing in cover bands for like, I won't say how many years. So many influences, you know, we've gone through the 70s, 80s, 90s. So you, and especially playing covers, you do get a lot of, you play a lot of different genres. So
can I just jump in there? You know, first of all, right, Darren DeFern's got songs in every genre as well. He doesn't try and specialise in anything. He's put songs into all the shows that's coming up, from the rap events to the love songs. But can I just tell you guys that because you are childhood lovers, like probably childhood sweethearts and stuck together, that's a dying breed. The way the world is now, like forgiveness and all that stuff is. My mum and dad got together when they were 15 and they're still together and they're special, and so did my uncle and my aunties and stuff. But see now, like what you guys have got, if one of you lost your voice, the two of you would be finished, wouldn't it? You know, you just couldn't do it without each other. So you are still young, and this family's amazing. So let's get all. How many releases do you have to date? Because I want to get these on. How many releases? If you say 5 albums, is that like 20, 30 songs released?
We've got 111 songs that have been around the world.
Well, you need to come on a weekly show. Then you need to try and make the Tuesday night your show or something like this. You know, let's get them in abundance, get them done, backlogged. You know, not your most recent song. Your most recent song's good, but we want to bring everybody's back catalogue on, because your old songs are new to us if we don't know them. So all your 111 songs, I want to feature them all as soon as possible. Yeah. So sorry, what you're saying there, Jeremy? I'm a bit bad at cutting people off there.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah. So we've got 6 albums that we've done ourselves. We're on 22 compilation albums with other artists. Plus singles and EPs and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, we've been busy.
You're the opposite from people who tell you this is what I can do. Well, look what I've got. They don't even say that to you. You're humble. Keep being that way, because that's the best way. Everybody loves humble people. Let's go Charlie, then Paul, because I know they won't take long, and then we'll end the night with the two most beautiful beards I've ever seen in my life. So Charlie, then Paul.
Yeah, it's been said a lot already. I really like the vocals, beautiful voice. Such a good way to capture a holiday as well. Putting that together whilst you're somewhere in the world, and you can look back and say, "Hey, look how beautiful this was, and look what we did." And the guitar playing is really funky, really cool. I was slightly hopeful for like a 30-second minute solo that was going to come in when you're there dancing on the bandstand, ready to go. But no, really, really cool, really cool.
Absolutely, and I bet you that we see Never Stay Down going on holiday to some place and make a video there, because that's what you should do. If you see other artists, that's a great thing. Copy them, do it. It's
a great idea. Yeah,
go on holiday and make a video at the same time. Exactly. Wow. Paul Gantley, man, a few words, but he speaks. Let's see, Paul.
Yeah, brilliant. I heard ABBA in it as well, actually, and I heard a bit of early Chris Rea in it as well. Some of his stuff.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
So brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Great vocals as well. He's brilliant.
For everyone to follow Jeremy, it's Jeremy and Christine Stork. That's their personal profiles across social media, but also Studio Music, which is a little bit harder to find. If you just type in studio into YouTube, it's not the easiest thing to find, you know, because studio, you know.
Yes. Yes. And it's often could like studio, and it's,
Try and find the right app name that you can say, like Studio Oz or something like that. Just something that stands out different, because I could not find you. I had to look at it and put the song name in to find it. It's not easy to find you.
Okay. What it is, mate, it's Studio Music Australia. So if you put in Studio Music Australia, you'll get us every time.
Nice one.
With the
nice
EO,
one.
like studio.
It
Yeah.
stood EO, not IO. It's EO. That's the
Yeah,
difference, isn't it?
EO.
Right, well,
Yeah.
let's finish off the evening with Mr. Redbeard and Mr. Greenbeard's compliments. I know they'll be good because that was just a great track. So, Mark, what was your thoughts here in the studio?
Yeah. I mean, I found you. I was frantically searching for you to subscribe and like, and I did find you eventually. Studio Music Australia. So you're in my book now. First of all, I've got to say, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you tonight and meeting you. You're two lovely people.
Thank
and I think you're very brave. Getting up 4 o'clock in the morning. Great song. Beautiful voice. Very warm, comforting. Your vocals are on that song. I just felt really. It was just a perfect ending to tonight's show. I think it just put the cherry on top. I was really impressed with it. You guys are great, absolutely great. I'm definitely going to be checking you out because I think there's a lot to check out, isn't there?
Yeah.
To check out. Thank you.
Well said, Mark.
Real pleasure to meet you. Real pleasure.
Oh, thank you. I have to say, I am originally from Wales, so from Swansea. So I had to get that in.
Same as Darman and Steve from Wales as well. Darman and Steve. So can I just jump in because I know my mum's still here. You guys remember me of my mum and dad's two best friends, or two of their best friends, called Pamela and Paul. They're not musicians, but they're world-class singers, and they met when they were like teenagers singing. La, 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 and they still sing to each other every weekend. They're so much in love. And Mum, tell Pamela and Paul they need to come out to their karaoke night that we've not even arranged yet. But honestly, Mr. Greenbeard, also a Wales alien. What do you call somebody from Wales? Welsh, that's it. Right, Steve, sorry about that.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah. What's your thoughts here, man?
Sparky, I mean, Jeremy and Christine, Sparky has been using the term world class, and you are definitely world class. I was thinking, like, can it get any better than this? It was just amazing, absolutely. And I just loved the video, everything you were doing was world class. That was what it comes down to. Absolutely fantastic. And I was impressed with the fact that you got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's impressive. Basically, as far as I'm concerned, everything you do and everything you've done is impressive. Just a kind of complete wow factor on your music, and you were just two lovely people. You show that like a loving relationship can work. You know, you've been together all this time. You've got all these awards, and I'm not surprised. You've told us you've got 100 songs, you know, fantastic all around. An absolute pleasure to know you and to meet you here tonight, and a wonderful close for the show.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice of you.
You're so welcome. I was just really so impressed with all of it.
Well said, Steve. Well said, Mark. Thanks, Darman. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Charlie, for hanging around to the end of the show. This, you know, when there's only like 7, 8 or 10 guests, it's more of a unit. We talk longer. If there's 20 people here, people are sort of, we don't want to talk, I'm scared or whatever. People are shy. Look, everyday bonds. I guarantee you're all mates for life now already. Charlie, you just need to meet Mark at the studio. Steve and Mark and Darman have only to meet 3. So make sure you hook up to each other. And if you don't, I'll hand deliver you an article tomorrow with all your social medias in it, together with the reviews in it. So I keep saying tomorrow. It used to be tomorrow when I had a sidekick, but I'm now the logistics and admin for the business as well. So it'll probably be a couple of days, but I'll make sure that you'll find each other. Charlie, if you never stay down, thank you. Paul Gantley,
no, thank you,
thanks. Man. Jeremy and Christine for studio, brilliant. Mr. Malaysia, Redbeard, Greenbeard. Anybody want to say anything before we leave the show?
Just said
thanks very much, guys.
Right, this is what I say to YouTube. I say to YouTube, I don't care about YouTube. So